All right, guys, welcome to the 11 Yanks channel presented by FanDuel as we continue our coverage of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Today on the docket, we have a very exciting game, France versus Senegal. Two very good teams that are going to be very, very tough for both of them to play against each other. And I'm going to be honest, I'm rooting for Senegal here. I'm looking forward. I've really been enjoying these UEFA teams struggling in this tournament so far. Spain, one of the top two favorites alongside France, got a draw yesterday against Cabo Verde, one of the most historic performances by Cabo Verde in the history of the competition. And now the other favorite, France, will play a much tougher team, but also from AFCON in Senegal. So I'm excited for this game. I think it's going to be really, really fun. Will France implode or will France step up and claim the title? It's probably talent-wise, France are by far the deepest and most talented team in this tournament, even more so than Spain. I mean, the job that they've done with youth development over the last 10 years has just been absolutely incredible. And but at the end of the day, it's 11 versus 11. Senegal has a lot of good players too. Obviously, France and Senegal have a big history, with Senegal not only being a former colony of France, a lot of the players on both France or at least on Senegal having, French citizenship or a connection to France. A lot of them play in France as well. And also, the last time these two faced each other in a World Cup was in 2002. France was playing the first game of the tournament after being as the defending champions, and they ended up losing 1-0, which spelled a horrible tournament for France, who ended up being knocked out in the group stage in 2002. France also got knocked out in the group stage in 2010. So it's going to be interesting to watch today. Now, all the money is on France. They are the favorites very, very clearly. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here because you'll see just how much talent is on both sides. So here we've got for France, Mike Maignan in goal, Jules Koundé from Barcelona is the right back, Theo Hernandez, who I believe now is in Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia, Dayo Upamecano and William Saliba from Bayern Munich and Arsenal, respectively, are the center backs. Then the midfield is Tchouaméni and Rabiot. Juve fans will be quite familiar with him, but he now plays for Milan. Aurélien Tchouaméni from Real Madrid. And then the young Parisian starlet from PSG, Désiré Doué, that's right, will play on the left, Michael Olise on the right, Ousmane Dembélé as the 10 or attacking midfielder, and of course, Mbappe up top. Now let's take a look at Senegal. Mendy in goal, obviously. Diouf from West Ham is the left back. Diatta is the right back. Koulibaly and Niakate is the center back pairing. Lamine Camara, a lot of you who watch Fuller and Balogun at Monaco will know him well. Surrounded on both sides by the two Gués, Papa Gué and Idrissa Gana Gué from Spurs and Everton. Then Pape Sarr, Ismaila Sarr. Ismaila Sarr is on the right wing, Nicholas Jackson up top. And Sadio Mane, very likely playing in his last ever World Cup, will be on the left. Now look at the bench for both teams. For France, you've got Bryce Samba and Robin Risset as the two backup keepers. Ibrahima Konate, Lucas Digne, Lucas Hernandez, Malo Gusto, Maxence Lacroix, Kouadio Kone, N'Golo Kante, Ryan Cherki, Warren Zaire Emery, Bradley Barcola, Jean-Philippe Mateta, also from Crystal Palace, Magnez Aquilouche from Monaco, and Marcus Thuram. How old is N'Golo Kante now, by the way? He is 35 years old, so probably also playing in his last World Cup. And then for the Senegalese team on the bench, you have Mori Dia, Yehvan Diouf, Abdoulaye Seck, Antoine Mendy, Ismail Jacobs, Mamadou Sarr, Bara Ndiaye, Habib Diarra, Pape Sarr, Pathé Ciss, Assane Diao, Bamba Dieng, Sherif Ndiaye, Ibrahim Mbaye, and Iliman Ndiaye. So should be a fun game. How are you guys doing? What's up with you? How's your casual Tuesday going? More World Cup. This is the greatest life, isn't it? We get to wake up and watch World Cup games. Who could ask for more than this? And it's exciting World Cup too. Let me send the link to Tack in case he wants to join as well. So Jacob says, watching at work. Titu Saltaire says, aloha from Honolulu again. What should I watch for when I go to USA Australia on Friday? Great question, AJ. I just did the Australia preview, which is on YouTube already. So you can go check that out in the meantime, maybe at halftime or something. It's doing really well. People really like this preview, which is exciting to see. World Cup fever is here, guys. And thank you to everybody who jumped on the Patreon and joined recently. Very, very much appreciated. Just got off from work at Dutch Bros. Time for football. Oh, I love Dutch Bros. Do they let you make your own coffees and shakes there, Hugo, or do they have like a quota of how much you're allowed to drink? Which game today is going to be exciting, Pete? I mean, Norway, Iraq's going to be fun. But I think France, Senegal, to me, has the most juice. The other two are, let me double check, make sure I've got this right. Argentina, Algeria, that's going to be a very fun game. And then Austria, Jordan, could be. Sometimes the games in this World Cup that we thought were going to be really fun games are, not that great. And the ones that didn't, like Iran, New Zealand, was a great game. You didn't think it was going to be, but it was. It was a fantastic game. Yes, I get free drinks at my job, thankfully. Excellent. All right, let me pull this up here. Teams are warming up. Alexi Lalas is talking. Nobody liked that. Hey, Pete, thanks for another watch along. You're very welcome, K Plum. You excited for England, Croatia tomorrow? We're also going to do a live watch along for England, Croatia tomorrow. France's second team is top 8 in the world. Yeah, the depth of talent that they have is just wild. Go Croatia. Yeah, I'm rooting for Croatia as well. I went to the Egypt-Belgium game yesterday. Decent game. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Egypt got a draw. So far, of the big UEFA countries, Spain drew, Netherlands drew, and Belgium drew. So not, yes, we are absolutely hate watching England. We're going to hate watch England, but I think it's interesting that UEFA and CONMEBOL have done so poorly in this tournament so far. Uruguay yesterday only got a draw with Saudi Arabia, which means 4 CONMEBOL teams have already played. Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Ecuador. 2 of them have lost, and 2 of them have drawn. So only 2 points out of a possible 12 for CONMEBOL. Did you see Tunisia hired Hervé Renard? I did. I'm so curious how that is going to go, making a switch mid-tournament. Peter, if you leave YouTube, I'm crashing out 100%. Let's cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now, let's just focus on enjoying the World Cup and cheering on the US, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I can tell you for now, I'll be on YouTube until the end of 2026, okay? So no need to crash out just yet. Listening on my walk to the stadium for the Norway game. Dang, you're going to the Norway game. I'm jealous. I think that's going to be a good game too. You don't have to do USMNT content. Well, what else would I do? It's not a World Cup without Hervé Renard. He somehow managed to find himself back to the World Cup. Lamau. Exactly. Look, I've thought many times of covering European soccer, but the problem is it's such a saturated space on YouTube. And frankly, a lot of people don't want to watch an American talk about the European game, right? So it's like I could, but it's already so covered. Whereas the USMNT niche is not covered, and there's a gaping hole there in good quality coverage. So, that's kind of where I've made my bones. And also, it's what I care about, right? This is passion for me. I could cover European soccer and it would be fun, but I don't have the same level of passion for, you know, um, Manchester United or Dortmund or any of these guys. I want to do what I'm passionate about. And that's why I selected American soccer, you know? Pete, how does it feel being on the cusp of 40? Well, it's not for another 10 months, so let's relax. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, too. Pete, hello. Did you have any Dr. Pepper? No, I'm not a big fan of Dr. Pepper, to be honest. What do you do for your significant other to allow you to watch so many games? My wife won't let me watch more than one a day. Um, I don't know what to tell you, man. Do you not have work? Like, are you at home? Do you work from home? Can you watch them at work? I'm not sure what to tell you, Kenny. Um, if my if my girlfriend tried to be like, you're only allowed to watch one soccer game a day during the world, I told her long ago in advance. I was like, listen, we have the World Cup coming. I'm going to be very busy during the World Cup, so and she's very supportive and very understanding of that. If she tried to tell me I could only watch one soccer game a day, I would tell her that's some controlling behavior, and we should probably explore that and where that comes from and what her real issue is. But look, maybe if you've got kids running around the house and you're not looking after the kids because you're watching 8 hours of soccer, then she might have a point. But I would say talk to her about where that is coming from, because during the World Cup, that's once every 4 years, you should be watching more than one game a day if you want to. And if she's trying to stop you from that, it's probably some underlying issues there. Maybe she feels like she's not getting enough attention, or maybe she feels like you're neglecting some of your duties as a father, or I don't know. I'm just speculating here. You have to tell me, and probably you have to talk to her about that. God is trying to tell you something, says Fumar. Watching 8 hours of soccer per day is literally peak life. Yeah, it is. It's so great waking up during the World Cup. You wake up and you're just like, oh, yeah, more World Cup soccer today. It's too bad it's only once every 4 years. Although that's what makes it special. It would probably be best if Uruguay does well and the USMNT faces Belgium rather than Egypt in the round of 16. I would still rather have Egypt. Belgium might have struggled yesterday, but ultimately they still are the better team, I think. Watching the World Cup while I work from home is actually the best. Yeah, it's great. If you're working from home, you can have it on in the background. Even yesterday, I was watching the Iran-New Zealand game while I was working on the Australia preview. So I'd be working on the Australia preview and keeping an eye on the game at the same time. Hmm. Hey, Pete, take any stock into the theory that France will underperform at this World Cup because Mbappe won't want to relinquish his status to Dembele, thus hurting the team. I smell locker room issues. I kind of smell that too, right? I kind of smell maybe some locker room issues for France. But let's see how they come out today. They could come out and just thump Senegal, and then, it would be hard to continue to believe that there might be some locker room issues. And I think we're largely speculating. And maybe part of that is that we want to, right? We want France to be bad just because, they're so hyped and there's so much talent and they've won so much. So part of us is hoping, maybe looking for reasons that they might be bad, and they might surprise us and be like, no, we're fine. And that's, to be honest, the most likely outcome. Let's see. I'm a wife. I watch or listen. I have 2 kids. I can't sit there, but I can amend a bit. We'll watch most somehow or be here. Well, thank you. Genevieve? Genevieve, is that your name? We don't have a lot of women on this channel, so when you show up, we're very happy to see you. Who do you predict will be the Cup top scorer? I mean, you'd have to look at like a Lamal or Mbappe, someone like that, right? Remote work is better than Miles Robinson. Pete, are you still acting or just focused on this? So I'm taking a break from acting during the World Cup. But yeah, I'm still acting all the time. It's just these 2 months I've told my agent, I told my manager, listen, let's keep the auditions to a minimum this month, unless it's like a life-changing role, career-changing role, sure. Like Christopher Nolan comes to me tomorrow and says, Pete, I want you in my new movie. I'm probably going to do it. But if it's just like the normal everyday stuff that I do, then, that's going to be a no during the World Cup. The World Cup is for soccer, for focusing on soccer. We're also trying to grow the channel, trying to get Americans excited about soccer, trying to make this sustainable in the long run, right? Do you dislike France or England more? England, for sure. England. But everyone dislikes England, so I don't think that's such a flex or anything. Infomercials. I don't really do infomercials. I mostly do TV, independent film, and sometimes commercials. Why is Fox not showing it? The game has already started here, and for whatever reason, Fox is not showing it. Fox 1. I was on the wrong channel. I was watching the preview instead. All right, so we're about a minute and a half in, just over a minute and a half, almost 2. No, Tack is not my manager. All right, we have a free kick here, a corner for Senegal. Some pushing and shoving with Mike Magnan here. Oh, Senegal. Not a great cut. Referee calls a foul on Magnan anyway. I don't know that was a foul. Oh, did he step on his foot a little? I don't know. I don't know about that. That seems like some simulation by Mike Magnan there. All right, France have the ball, and they're in blue. Senegal are in white, and white shirts, green shorts. France are in blue shirts, white shorts, red socks. Some Pete acting by the goalie. Pete, what did you think of Iran versus New Zealand last night? Yeah, it was a great game. It was a great game. Pete, can you please do a time check? So for me, FOTMob is there on screen. I am currently on. Why did they take the score box away? Why did they take the time box away while they're showing French fans? What is wrong with this nonsense? The game was just showing, and now all of a sudden it's showing them. What is wrong with Fox 1, man? It's such a disaster. Okay, yeah, here we go. I'm at 410, 411, 412, 413, 414, 415. All right, say we play France. How should we line up versus them? I would keep the same starting lineup we had against Paraguay. I mean, maybe I could argue for Austin Trusty over Tim Ream, but it doesn't seem like that's ever going to happen. And to his credit, Tim Ream was mostly good against Paraguay, but I would be very worried about Tim Ream versus Paraguay for sure. France looking a little sluggish to start this game. Lots of passing around the back. Australia's praying Ream starts. Dembele, Olise, and Mbappe running at Ream seems like it would work out well. It would be a disaster, is what it would be. And frankly, France running against any of our defenders would be a big problem. So we're going to, we'd have to try and press France. The problem is France can play around your press very easily, you know? Is there any lessons the USMNT can take away from Cape Verde's defensive strategy? Yeah, how to sit in a low block and hold on for dear life. But we don't play that way, right? In Pochettino, we always play with a high press. And I think against the better teams, I think that could be our downfall. I think that we are inflexible. And while I think that approach can work against teams the same level as us or even slightly better than us, oh, Senegal? Shot blocked. Stolen. Very good defending by France. But yeah, we don't play in a low block at all, Stephen. We play in a high press, and I think that against good teams, we're going to get exposed. I want to believe and I want to hope, but the analyst in me says if you play that way against France, they're going to play around you sooner or later. It's just a matter of when, not if. And then our back line and our goalkeeper is not exactly inspiring a lot of confidence. So, yeah, I think, hopefully we avoid the really big teams until later in the tournament. That's why it's so important to top the group, If we can't defend in transition, then we are cooked. Yeah, that's the problem. And I have seen very little evidence that once we're played around and they have an attack on, that we can defend consistently well for any period of time. And I think that's going to be our downfall. It could even hurt us against Australia. Offside for Senegal, who have looked slightly better than France so far. Oh, yeah, he was off. Can you say what time you're at again? 8:06, 8:07, 8:08, 8:09, 8:10, 11, 12.
Hey,
Hey, Jack, how's it going?
good, good. About you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Doing all right. Just watching this France Senegal game here.
Yeah, it seems like
Senegal have
most.
actually looked slightly better so far. I mean, I know it's only 9 minutes, but
That's how France plays. They're very reactive, right? It seems like sometimes you're dominating them, like Brazil and France that friendly. Look like
yeah.
Brazil is outplaying them, and then boom, 3-1 France.
Yeah, France have created nothing though. Even when they have the ball and they try to get something in the attack, Senegal just nips it off them.
Yeah, the many things of this game too is like every single team in this World Cup has started very shaky in the first half. It's a little weird. It's been like, do you remember the Japan Netherlands game? The first half was weird, boring,
Yeah.
and then the second half was electric. So we'll see. And I'm trying to see. Let me check the starting. I didn't look at France's starting 11.
I
Olise,
mean, they're
dude,
still starting. What's his name? Here, look. They're still
Mbappe,
starting
Dembele, Doué, and Olise.
Rabiot.
Holy shit!
They're starting Rebbio and Theo Hernandez. Like, I don't know. Everybody else obviously is incredible, but like Rabiot still in big 2026
It's crazy because they do have Conte on the bench. I know he's old, but I'll take Conte over him. They have
over
also
Rabiot all day.
Yeah, they also have Warren Zaidi Emery from they have Chedki. He's a bit more of a attacking mid, but they have better players on the bench.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just fascinated by they have Olise, Dembele, Mbappe, and Desere Doué. Holy shit!
Yeah. That's an incredible attacking quadrant.
No, and they're all freaking fast. Like if you
Yeah.
counterattack with these guys, like who do you even mark on a counterattack? Who do you go for?
You can't. You have to like try to defend as a group and do your best. I mean, the best thing you can do really is deny them the ball as much as you can. Um, but there's been no reports of dressing room dissonance for France, but there are a couple of Mbappe is kind of a cancer, right? I mean, look how much better PSG got when he left, and since he joined Real Madrid, it's kind of not gone that well, especially this last season.
No,
And
they
there's a
won no
lot of
trophies. They got nothing.
yeah, he's won nothing at Real Madrid, right? So it does make you wonder: is his ego getting in the way, right? And with this France team, there could be some dressing room issues, but that's pure speculation.
Yeah, I think Didier Deschamps has done a good job so far in handling that because he's been around since 2014. So he's had Mbappe for since 2018. So it's been like um over 8 years, a little bit over around 8 years, right? Since he's had Mbappe. Did he have an issue once? I think Mbappe did have an issue once.
I think he always has issues.
No, he like he left the national team once for like 6 months. Do you remember that? Something like that happened.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that, but I don't remember the details. Um, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they do for sure. What is this tack from Devonta Jones?
Let me see. No,
No,
I
on the
didn't go stream. I was recording a section of the match preview for Australia, but instead of going on the recording, I went on the live stream. So I went
oh
live for like 5 to 10 seconds and I closed it. So that's why they're saying there
oh
was nothing. It's like, yeah, because I closed it because it wasn't meant to be a stream. It was the live watch along stream that I went live.
yeah.
Dude, you know what I should do once? We know you should. I don't want to do this to not troll people, but I want to at the same time. Just do like USA versus something live watch along and go live on Thursday. And as people like start to tune, I'm like, no, guys, the game is happening. You start talking about the game, pretending it's happening for like 40 minutes. See how many, like someone's at work and they're just listening to it and believing everything that's happening.
You just create a fake game.
A fake game, yeah. Or just like simulate, put FIFA on and just hit the simulation button, just talk about what's happening there.
Yeah.
I mean, someone did that once. They went live watch along, and they put a FIFA game on the screen, and they put it to
Mm.
simulate. So people would go in and just watch it as if they're watching the game, and that's not a copyright strike because that's the game. You can do that.
Yeah, I mean it's FIFA. Oh, nah, not even close. France having a little more of the ball now, struggling to really get behind. The pace of this game is very slow in New Jersey, right?
It's at MetLife.
Huh?
It's at MetLife.
Yeah. Let me get the score back up here.
I still think this is one of those games where I don't think either side minds a draw.
Yeah, because both of them are like favorites to beat Norway, and although Norway, we'll see what they look like. I mean, they don't have World Cup experience, but on paper, they have the players to do very well. Cole587 saying, what are your guys' thoughts on the World Cup so far, good or bad? Because I'm loving all of the upsets. Yeah, it's been a great World Cup. The upsets have been fun. There's been a lot of good games. Spicy Jeff, all the turf has been great, and Blue Chew Gold has 4 ingredients for better effect. Wow. Get all of your information on Blue Chew from Spicy Jeff.
We should be getting sponsored by Blue. What? Okay. Remember we talked about how Spicy Jeff might be like super rich?
Yeah.
What if he's the owner of Blue Chew and he's just getting
Could be.
free advert, not free, but paying like $5 to get massive advertisement?
Does anyone take Spicy Jeff's advice though? Is someone going to see Spicy Jeff's super chat and be like, that's what I need? Blue Chew in my life.
They will at least look up Blue Chew.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. Now I do. I don't know. You never know with Spicy Jeff. Oh, FIFA bot.
Uh-oh.
FIFA bot.
FIFA bot's back. Got him. Senegal haven't really created much either, opening 17 minutes.
Yeah, it seems like they're more worried about not conceding.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. A draw would be a good result. Start the World Cup with a draw here. Then pretty much they have to beat Egypt to advance out of the group. So I don't blame them.
Egypt? You mean Iraq?
Iraq, sorry, yes. Iraq's the other one. So they just have to beat Iraq and they'll go through.
Yeah, I think it's tough with France because like already the Netherlands drew, right? Belgium drew, and then Spain drew. So it's like if France also draws, UEFA's reputation is plummeting by the day at this World Cup.
The thing is, Senegal pulling a draw here. It's obviously a little bit of an upset because France are the favorites, but like Senegal are technically they're technically the best team in Africa.
Yes.
It's not really like a major upset like people try to portray. This is not FIFA. Like the gap between France and Senegal, France is better, but the gap is not as big as people think.
Yeah, no, it's definitely there's a gap, right? But it's not like a minnow the way that Cape Verde was against Spain.
Exactly.
That's what made that so incredible. I'd say Senegal are one of the dark horses for this tournament.
Yeah, they can.
Dark horse versus a favorite.
Yeah. It would be similar to Morocco tying Brazil, I would say.
Yes.
I didn't consider that an upset. I thought it was something that could happen.
And Morocco are runners-up of the AFCON.
They think they're the champions, though.
Will always be runners-up to everybody who watched that game. No matter what AFCON says 3 months later, quietly. I'll be rooting for Scotland to beat Morocco. The next game is Brazil versus
Haiti.
It's Haiti, right? Yeah, so they'll get their 4 points. But if Scotland beats Morocco, then Morocco could end up getting third. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Morocco has too much quality for Scotland. But
yeah, Scotland barely beat Haiti. Now, did you see who's going to coach Tunisia?
I saw. He's back.
Hide the soccer moms. You got to hide the soccer moms now. Hervé Renard is back. Watch him get him out of the group. He gets now a win and a draw and they're out. It's like
that would be incredible. And then he takes the USA job. I don't know. I think we can do better than Hervé Renard, to be honest. If we got Pochettino, I think we can do better than Herv.
It's about finding the right fit. For marketing and attention, I'll take Pep Guardiola. But who do you think would like try to adapt more to our strengths, Pep or Herv?
Herv.
Yeah,
but Pep would be better for the popularity of the game. Like for our channels, Pep would be better.
Yes. My only question with Pep is like, this is not a team really built for him. And usually he comes into a team and spends like $1 billion and builds it the way he wants. He can't do that with the US. He's going to have to work with these players. While Hervé Renard has more of a proven track record of like, okay, what do I got? What do I have to work? What I have to work here with? What can I do?
Yeah.
Obviously, obviously Pep Guardiola is a better coach in general and more marketable as well. But um, they're saying Klopp, guys. Yeah, I would love to have Klopp. I feel like
Klopp
he's
is the
good.
dream. Klopp, I think, would be my number one choice. I
Yeah,
think he fits better with the US. I think his passion and his personality would do really well in the US, and that would be great. But I don't think we're going to get him.
no. Maybe if Pochettino does very very well at the U.S. and he leaves, I could see maybe you going to Klopp and getting his attention. He's like, there might be
Yeah,
something to work with here for 4 years, and the team could be a little bit better in 2030. We could work something out, but we would
yeah.
have to do very well. And if we do well, we still have to see Pochettino will leave. I
He
think
may
he
not.
will leave, but if we do very well, like quarter or semis, I don't know. Maybe the dude stays.
Well, what would be interesting is like the Milan job looks like it's going to be taken by Amorim. So there's not really any big jobs left. I don't think he's getting Real Madrid. I think that's going to be Jose, right?
Yeah, they announced Mourinho, right?
Was it announced officially or was it just a rumor?
I thought it was announced. I don't remember now.
Well, either way, there's not a lot of big club jobs out there right now. De Zerbi got Spurs. Amorim is going to get Milan. So what are the big jobs available? Maybe Argentina. I could see him leaving for Argentina.
Pochettino? Yeah.
Yeah, that
He
one for sure. If Argentina comes calling, he's gone in a
he would
heartbeat.
take a pay cut.
Yes. Yeah, he would. 100%. And that's going to be a tough job too, because it's going to be the first cycle without Messi in 20 years.
Yeah. I feel like Messi will finally announce his national team retirement after this World Cup. Oh my God, Senegal. Nope.
If you
Yeah.
know you're not going to make the next World Cup or Copa America, you should just retire as a great. Like Tim Ream, don't hang on after this World Cup. Retire gracefully. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a good World Cup, go out on a high. Go out on a high. Thanks for everything, guys. I'm going to be 39 this year.
He should. Also, anyone that says, "Oh, he can play in the Gold Cup," yeah, Tim Ream can play in the Gold Cup, but you might as well put a young guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, we're trying to be building for the Olympics and for 2030, right? Like we got Justin Che, George Campbell.
Yeah,
Those are
I,
immediate replacements. They're not elite defenders, but they're immediate replacements while we wait for the next crop of center backs.
I think that once this cycle ends, the World Cup ends, our goal has to be to build for the Olympics. So have obviously our core players, but integrate as many Olympic aged players you can.
Yeah.
And then when we hit 2028, by then you'll know who turned out to be good or not. Try to do as well as you can in the Olympics, and then from there you have 2 years to get that core base that you built or the core of the team and just go towards the World Cup, the 2031. Not something we did this cycle. We didn't do it.
No. Someone's saying that Martinez killed Belgium's golden generation. Guys, he took Belgium's golden generation to third place at a World Cup. I know they didn't do well last time, but that was when their golden generation was old and fading. I don't blame too much. But look, let's see how he does with Portugal. If he gets Portugal to a final or even a semifinal, then he's got a very good World Cup record, then 100%. If Portugal flops out, that'll be 2 World Cups in a row where Martinez was in charge and the team flopped. So, if Spicy Jeff is rich, he was on Epstein for real.
Would be a candidate for sure.
Yeah, I'm not saying he was there. I'm just saying if his name was in the documents, I wouldn't be that surprised. I'd be like, huh.
Least
Weird.
surprising inclusion.
Firing your manager in the middle of the World Cup is a bold move. I agree. I don't know what they're thinking.
Oh, they hit the post. Senegal, dude. Are you behind me?
Yeah.
You had the antenna though, right?
No, the antenna doesn't have Telemundo or Fox.
Oh,
I just saw it hit the post, so I'm about 10 seconds behind you.
okay, so not bad. Nicholas Jackson.
Oh, that could have been so sweet. I brought this up the other day, and you two dismissed me. I'm worried Poch will stay, then leave as soon as a big team fires a coach in October. So I don't remember you bringing that up, Frank. I definitely didn't mean to dismiss you if you did. If Poch stays, let's say he signs a 4-year contract at $6 million a year. And frankly, if he does well at the World Cup, he may want more. He may want 8. And let's say we give it to him. So let's say now this guy's contract is worth 32 million. The problem is if another big team wants them, then they have to buy out his contract usually or work out a deal with the US Soccer Federation, which is going to mean a lot of money. I think if Poch wants to go back to club soccer and he doesn't have a job available, I think he'll just leave and wait for the next job to become available. But who knows? Let's see what happens, right?
Yeah, I don't think he would sign to leave in October. I don't see that.
I don't think so either. All right, hydration break. He might put a clause in his contract saying he can leave, but then why would US Soccer? Maybe if it's one team, right? Like let's say Argentina hires somebody else, okay? And then Poch stays with the US, but he puts a clause in his contract that he can leave if Argentina comes calling, on the off chance that coach gets fired before the World Cup and they go for Poch, right? But you can't just do any team comes calling clause and I'm out. That would be very stupid of US Soccer to do that. And I don't think Poch would do that either, to be honest.
Jason Christ. Where's Jason Christ these days?
Wasn't he an assistant coach at Portland or something?
Let me see. He is now. He was an Inter Miami assistant coach, and then Messi didn't want him there. Front office. Christ returned around December of 2023. He was appointed as a director of operations and special project reporting. Christ was
for who?
For RSL.
Oh yeah, he used to coach RSL way back when. That was his first coaching gig. The fact that this guy failed so many times in American soccer and kept getting jobs is hilarious. You know who else? That guy who was at Red Bulls. What's his name? The assistant coach who went to Man U and then got the Colorado job.
Chris Armas.
Armas. He got fired at Toronto, fired at Colorado. It was like, bro.
Well, because U.S. soccer is less about like how competent you are. It's more about like who you know. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a little boys club, and they just keep helping each other. It doesn't matter how, like, for example, Greg Berhalter goes and he fails in Sweden, the second division of Sweden. Don't worry. When you're back here, we got you.
He got a Columbus Crew job and then a national team job.
So it's just about who you know. And if you're part of the club, you're good.
Yeah. It's kind of like Italy, where they have this like basically rotation of coaches that fail every year. And they just keep rotating all 5 or 6 of them.
Brazil is doing that.
It's crazy. Why not take a chance on somebody else?
That coach Dorival that you saw in the Copa America for Brazil, he has like a 28-year-old career, something like that. He's been around for almost 30 years, and he's coached 30 clubs.
Whoa.
That's over one a season. Like every season, he's with the new one.
That's insane. That's so insane.
Portugal, Brazil, Italy, they all do that.
This game has been kind of a snooze fest, huh? So far?
Yeah, it hasn't been good. The best games of the World Cup are the ones that we're saying it's going to be complete crap. Like yesterday, New Zealand and Iran. It was a great game.
Yeah. I think France having all these attackers will be their kryptonite, potentially. Team looks unbalanced. Yeah, that could be part of it. I don't think they look unbalanced, though. I think maybe in defensive midfield, I don't know about, some of that midfield, but their back line is still very good. Outside of Theo Hernandez, who I think is a bit past it, it's still a very good back line. I mean, Bayern Munich and Arsenal center backs. That's a Champions League finalist and Bundesliga winner, and then a Premier League winner and Champions League finalist. Like, it's incredible. Also, Pete and Tack, I appreciate all your content. Kept me tuning into the USA team. Well, thank you for sticking around, Obad. Oh, here comes Senegal. Ah, scuffed it.
But so far, the best chance was Senegal hitting the post.
All the chances were Senegal. France has not had a single shot. Not a single shot.
Yeah, the problem is France does play like, and then all of a sudden they get one counterattack with Mbappe
Yeah,
and Dembele, and they're like, boom, 1-0.
I know.
They're not really like Spain to keep like holding possession for very long, moving the ball one way, and they don't really play that way.
Yeah. Which is why sometimes France actually looks better against the big teams because then
Mm-hmm.
they're not forced to have so much of the ball. They can let the big team have the ball and just hit them in transition.
Yeah, 2018, I remember they completely obliterated Argentina.
Yeah, that's right.
With prime Messi.
So all the final third entries belong to Senegal. All the shots have been Senegal. Then France clears it and Senegal wins it back. Someone, Rutvig, saying talent is everywhere now, so no more dominating anymore. Yeah, I'd say it's still not everywhere, but definitely a lot of teams have gotten along a lot better, right? A lot of talent from different parts of the globe is now playing in the top 5 leagues. So African teams, South American teams, even Asian teams, right? Like Japan and Korea, even Australia has a lot of European players. You know, the competition is getting better, and I think that's what stopped this 48 team World Cup from being a disaster. So far, the only thrashings, the only real thrashing was Germany to Curacao, right? And then I guess you could argue Sweden versus Tunisia was also a thrashing. Now the US did thrash Paraguay, but 4-1 is not like, oh my god, it's just so imbalanced. And also Paraguay is not technically a bad team, right? It's not like some minnow that we thrashed. Haiti held their own quite well. Cabo Verde did very well, obviously. Egypt has done well, right? Saudi Arabia has done well so far. I mean, look, these are first games. But for first games, a lot of these smaller teams have looked quite good. Oh, Patrick Vieira.
Did I see that Neymar was training today? Yeah, I saw that, but to me, it's just insane that Brazil brought an injured Neymar to the World Cup.
Oh, who was their other options? Like, who would you have brought? Because if they've had injuries, right?
I mean, João Pedro wasn't called in. Chelsea's Player of the
True.
Year.
That's
That's one.
true.
That's one. I think he could have helped. Um, there's guys even in the Brazilian league that were outperforming Neymar.
Hmm.
I mean, even like Antony is an option, but they probably should have brought another defensive midfielder because Casemiro's washed. So
That's
I
true.
don't know. It's just like you, I hope I'm wrong. I hope Neymar comes in and he looks absolutely incredible. I just haven't seen that from him for like 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be fine against Haiti. I'm sure they're going to thump Haiti.
He's not available. He's still injured.
No, whether he's there or not. Like, I don't think Brazil is going to be fine against Haiti. Question is, and they'll get 4 points, right? And then if they get a draw against Scotland, they'll be a top 2 team. But even if they beat Scotland, they could win the group. It all depends on what Morocco does now, right? That Morocco Scotland game, I think, is going to be very interesting. Because if they get a draw and Brazil beats Haiti, then Brazil is right up there, right? 4 points. Scotland will have 4. So you want Morocco to win, or do you want Scotland to win that game from a Brazil perspective, or do you want to draw?
A draw because then Brazil just has to win the 2 games to top it. And someone in the chat saying Tack wanted Neymar. I wanted Neymar if he was healthy and playing. They literally knew he was injured when they called him up. He had the calf injury like 2 days before the roster. I wanted a healthy Neymar, not a Neymar that dude, because he's not. He just got back to training. How long is it going to take for him to be actually match sharp for the World Cup?
And even if he's match, quote unquote, match sharp, he'll be back, but he's not going to be sharp. Not for a
No.
World Cup. And the intensity is only going to ratchet up. After the group stage, everything is full bore.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe Neymar will shut our mouths here because he's just that good, but it'll be a shocker if that happens.
Yeah, it's like what you're saying. There's no evidence recently that he's going to be good at a World Cup.
No, we were concerned about Gio Reyna's like lack of playing time, and Gio Reyna was at least like training and playing minutes here and there. Like Neymar is
Also in the
legit.
Bundesliga too, right?
Yeah,
It's not like
Neymar is injured. Like he wasn't training. He didn't train with the team today, by the way. He trained separate.
oh, he
He
didn't.
just got back.
Oh,
Like I was hoping Neymar would have played for Brazil in the two friendlies they have, or at least one. The two
yeah.
friendlies they had before the World Cup, and he didn't.
This really is kind of a snooze fest.
Hmm. I'm gonna go get something to eat soon, and then I'll.
Yeah, let me run quickly to the restroom and then I'll come back and we
Yeah,
can
go ahead. Go
resume.
ahead. Yeah, it's been a bit of a boring game so far. Be nice if Senegal gets a goal here and gets just forces France to actually try to play and do something because it's been terrible. They said Tak made a whole video on how Ancelotti would use Neymar in the World Cup. Yeah, because I didn't know Neymar was injured. They knew that Neymar was injured. I didn't know. So I made a video explaining on how he would utilize Neymar. But now apparently Neymar is injured. Not just that, Neymar's been injured for like a month. Neymar hasn't played a game in a month. It's insane. They're saying Neymar will be back in the round of 16. Well, Brazil has to make it to the round of 16 first. Because you got to remember, Brazil will cross paths with the Netherlands and Japan's group. Anchovies. You guys called Ancelotti anchovies? What? All right, I'm gonna go get lunch. I'll watch the game on the couch, and maybe I'll
Yeah.
come back for the second half.
I might not stay the whole time if it's going to be like this, honestly. I might
Yeah,
cut the stream early.
yeah, and just try to relax and chill. Like Friday, we have a busy day. I'm gonna do the Argentina later.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm debating. Um, you're doing England tomorrow, right?
That's the plan.
I'm debating whether I do Portugal or Colombia. I prefer to do Colombia, but Portugal's earlier. I don't want to stream at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, it's a late game.
Portugal's 1. It's before England, so it might be better just to. We'll see. Pete, I'll see
Yeah.
you soon.
All right. See ya. Oh, Arsene Wenger is there. How old is Arsene Wenger now? He's got to be almost 80 years old. Didn't he retire like 10 years ago almost? Let's see how old Arsene Wenger is. You know, there's another guy who's I'm surprised is still alive is Alex Ferguson. Arsene Wenger is 76. Okay, so 76 is not too bad. Alex Ferguson's got to be over 80 at this point. But he's a stubborn Scot. I think he's going to stick around. Yeah, he's 84. Alex Ferguson is 84 years old. Dang. Senegal. Yeah, this is quite dull. Oh, he stepped on his foot. That should be a free kick outside the box for Senegal. Ouch. No, I mean outside of France's box, not Senegal's. I saw that Pulisic trained separate from the team. Yeah, I think they're just being cautious with him. I think they're just being cautious with him. I don't think there's anything to read into that too much, to be honest. Y'all would be terrible at officiating these games. I promise it would overwhelm you. Yeah, but I mean, you expect better from the refs, especially with all the help they get from VAR. Why not call the foul on the outside of the box? I don't know. I don't know why they didn't call it. Maybe you didn't see him step on his foot. All right, France trying to build up some steam there. Doué. They're being so cautious, France. Like they're not attacking really. It's all very safe, predictable patterns of passing. It looks very uninspiring from both teams, to be honest. Who are some players in MLS that will get a move to Europe soon? I mean, Xavier Gozo is one, so he's probably one of the closest. If RSL can work out a reasonable deal, then there's Peyton Miller, New England Revolution, the left back. Those are the two. I mean, we'll see what happens with Diego Luna. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to try and stay in RSL and stay very comfortable. Those two are then there's obviously Julian Hall and Adri Mehmeti down the line. Maybe not right away, but maybe at the end of the season. We'll see. Hall is 18. Mehmeti can't go until he's 18 because he has an Albanian passport, and I believe Albania is not part of the EU. So maybe Adri might stay a little longer. Mbappe trying to create something, but Senegal easily steal the ball. I saw Cole Campbell getting links to Celtic. I mean, that's probably a better move for him than Germany, right? I think he'll have more time in Celtic to work on stuff. It's just gone so poorly for him. I don't think he's ever going to be elite, but I think Celtic is a good step down, and we'll see how he does there. Michael Olise with the cross. Oh my God, that's not a good clearance from Senegal. Koulibaly clears that out for a corner. Who are the top American prospects? Is Mathis Albert still top of the list? For me, ceiling wise, yes. Mathis Albert is top of the list. After Mathis Albert, I would say Xavier Gozo and Kevin Sullivan are very interesting. Adri Mehmeti. For me, the top three are Mehmeti, Sullivan, and Albert. Right? Then you've got Xavier Gozo, Julian Hall, Peyton Miller, Snyder Brunel, guys like that. We'll see what happens with coaching, man. He just needs to play. He needs to play. I'm glad he looks like he's going to Lingby because I think that'll be good for him. But I just don't have a lot it's so hard with Diego coaching because he's been hyped for so long, but we've never really seen him play professionally. So it's like, dude, go play professionally. Go play professionally. No, Quinn is not a prospect, guys. He's a young player now, but he's 22 years old. Quinn Sullivan is not a prospect. He's not a prospect at all. He's 22, guys. And to be honest, I don't really see a lot with Quinn Sullivan that makes me think he's ever going to be elite. I think he can try to go push himself for sure, right? But let's see. Yeah, he's 22 now. He's not a prospect anymore. Prospect is like teenagers and 20-year-olds. Do you think the upcoming generation can be better than this current generation that we have? Yes. Not all of them. I think it's not so much that there's a whole nother generation, but I think there's 5 or 6 players coming through that could make us better. Yeah, but Akim Boni, like Fumar Mora, he's been in Bournemouth for 2 years now, and he's always injured and unavailable. Same with Josh Winder. It's like nice and all being an academy, but at some point you need to start playing professionally. So it doesn't really matter. Until they show me something professionally, I'm not hyping anybody up too much. Wow, UEFA really on fraud watch. I know. This is the 4th big team that so far is drawing with Senegal. But Senegal haven't looked that good either. If it looked marginally better than France. Okay, France have a counter here. Oh, easily cut out by Senegal. The passing from France has been terrible. Terrible. Whatever happened to Caleb Wiley? Yeah, he went to Watford. And then we really didn't see anything from him there. He's been injured a lot too. Caleb Wiley's had a lot of injury problems. Sort of like Kevin Paredes. Kevin Paredes and Caleb Wiley hurt so much of the time. So much of the time. It's like, come on. Maybe Peyton Miller, maybe Matthew Dos Santos over at Red Bulls. There's also Luca Bombino at San Diego. Those are the 3 left backs I think we need to keep an eye on for this next cycle. Luca Bombino, Matthew Dos Santos, and Peyton Miller. No foul. Man, what a snooze fest of a game. What a snooze fest. John Tolkien, maybe. I don't know that he's that great. I've never been super high on John Tolkien. And now he's playing in the German 2nd division. It's just hard. And also gets injured quite a bit as well, right? Like there's... And also, again, John Tolkien is now what? 22 also? Once you're 22 years old, if you haven't really broken through in a top 5 league, it's hard to, well, he's 23. Yeah. No. Jonathan Gomez is playing the Spanish 2nd division. Look, all of these guys are decent pros that will probably have good pro careers, but I don't see any of them ever looking at being elite. I think we need to look younger. We need to look at the teenage left backs, right? Matthew Dos Santos, Peyton Miller, Luca Bombino, and then see how they develop. I'm not saying they will. They may not, but those are a better bet. Yeah, James Sands is not a flop. He's just not a very good player. He's just not a very good player. Bello was never that good, guys. He was never that good. I think he's playing in LASK somewhere in Russia or Cyprus or something. Pete, can you see Julian Hall ever actually starting competitive matches for the USMNT, given that Balo and Pepe are both younger strikers? Maybe in a Gold Cup, but also Julian Hall is 18 years old, right? And as of right now, he is outperforming Pepe when he was the same age in MLS in terms of goals. I think he's more similar profile to Pepe, as in a good finisher. He's not the greatest with his combination play technically. So I can't ever see him breaking, like pushing out Balo, but maybe Pepe down the line. The thing is, you want quality throughout the team. Like, you want quality in your depth as well. And I think if Julian Hall can push out at least Haji Wright, now we've got 3 really good strikers that we can rely on. But let's see how Julian Hall develops. He may also choose to represent Poland. He might look at Poland and think, well, I have more of a chance of breaking through there with Lewandowski retiring. I think what I've heard is his preference is the US. But if we don't call him up and don't give him opportunities, he may eventually defect to Poland. Oh my God, how do you miss that? Senegal have had all the chances here. I don't know how you missed that. That's crazy. All right, halftime, guys. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to watch this whole game, guys. This has been kind of a snooze fest. Let's take a look here at the stats from that game. I'm guessing that Senegal's XG is maybe 1.5 and France's is like less than 0.5. That's my guess. Let's see what the stats say. Whoa, not even. Senegal's is 0.5 and France's is 0.02. Yeah, I think Senegal's looked a little higher. I know they had the shot off the post, but that recent shot for me was more than 0.5. But I guess that's not too bad. But France is 0.02, guys. 0.02. That's not good. Is France's coach as bad as Berhalter? No, not even close. I mean, Deschamps won the World Cup. He won the World Cup with France and got them to another World Cup final. He's not a bad coach. It's just this France team are very stacked with talent, but that doesn't mean that they're automatically going to just win games. There might be some issues in the dressing room with France, for all we know. I suspect that there are. And so far, their play today seems to indicate that this is not a France team that is all pulling in the same direction. At least with Spain, look, Spain were not good, but at least they created chances against, I mean, of course, it was a much worse team, but France have literally created nothing this first half, like absolutely nothing. I hope Senegal wins this game. Berlin Americana. Pete, stay for the incoming red cards. France are very good against teams with more possession. Exactly, Jasper, exactly. When they play against bigger teams and they concede possession a little more, and it's kind of what they're doing with Senegal. But what have they done in transition against Senegal? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. That Senegal win looks even more impressive now. Yeah, it does. But I wouldn't read into it too much. Like, it's a friendly. They were trying things, rotating some players. So I wouldn't read into that too much. Germany is the most informed European team. I mean, yes, but it was Curacao. Like, Curacao is even worse than Cabo Verde. Triple G created an unbeatable offensive tactic of passing around the box. Verticality. Project Dynasty says, I wonder what's going on. I think none of these elite teams never played in crowds this big or stadiums this huge. They play like the lights are too big. Yeah, that could definitely, be part of it. I don't personally think that's true, though. They play in high pressure environments in massive stadiums all the time. So I don't really think it's that, to be honest. Maybe they're still adjusting to the heat. And let's see how the second round of games goes, right? This is just the first round. Maybe a lot of them will adjust for the second round. We'll get a better idea of their true levels. First game is hard to judge. Second game, you can start to see patterns. Boring game at work, better than no game at work. Exactly, Jacob Ramirez. All right, halftime. Let's talk about this. Let's have a word from our sponsor since we're at halftime. And by the way, thank you to everybody who signed up for the Patreon the last week. It's been super inspiring to see all of the support. I really appreciate it. We're going to do a live stream possibly tomorrow or Thursday just for Patreon supporters. Okay, so FanDuel is a sponsor of the channel. Let's look at England, Croatia here. Croatia at plus 420 to beat England. That's very reasonable. That's very doable. If you got $5-10, I'd throw that on Croatia. Why not? Ghana, Panama? Honestly, that's tighter than I thought it would be. Plus 240, I thought it would be more. But that's interesting. Uzbekistan plus 850 to beat Colombia. You never know. With some of these upsets, if you see in this tournament with some of these upsets, if you see a good number like plus 850 or even Portugal, DR Congo, I'll be honest, plus 1,000 on Congo, I wouldn't put that past them either. Plus 1,000 and plus 850 for Uzbekistan are the most interesting ones just because of the numbers. So again, bet responsibly, guys. It's patchy because Brazil just played there, guys. Yeah, I think Fumar Mota has it right. I think you can't overreact too much to first games. Look, it's fun to clown UEFA and they're not doing well. But you have to really see the second game because teams can start slowly, right? Spain lost to Switzerland in 2010 of the opening game and won the World Cup. Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia in the opening game of the 2022 World Cup and ended up winning. So first games aren't a great measure. Let's see how they do in the second games, which European teams bounce back and which ones don't. And not just UEFA, by the way. We're also talking about CONMEBOL looking quite poor. Hi, guys. Is it true Pulisic is out against Australia? No, it's not true. They said that he should be fine. He should be fine. Who is the giant that we match up with the best? To be honest, all of the giants have very speedy wingers, and I don't know that we match up well with any of them because of that. Look, I'm excited for the Paraguay win. I'm excited for the Australia game, but I still am worried that if we face a team with elite wingers, we're not going to be able to contain them, no matter how much we press. That's my concern. Yeah, Iraq could draw Norway. This is Norway's first tournament in a very long time, right? So, yeah, 100% that could happen. Brazil started a domestic 9. No, he plays for Brentford. Brentford. Game is pretty boring and slow. I'd agree with that. It's been quite dull, actually. Does Chris Brady have any chance to go to Europe, Pete? I'm not sure. I heard there was interest from Celtic, which I think would be an interesting move for Chris Brady. Celtic could be an interesting one, but let's see. Let's see what he does. I think he's probably progressed as much as he can in MLS now. He spent 3.5 years. I wouldn't mind getting him getting a move after the World Cup. That would be cool, I think. I thought that guy was a domestic 9. No, that is Igor Thiago. He plays for Brentford. Brentford. Steven Spada says, what do you think our odds are of getting beyond the first round of 16 if we place top of our group? I think if we place top of our group, we're likely face Canada in the round of 32 and then potentially Belgium in the round of 16. But we'll see. We could also end up facing like an Egypt, Iran, Egypt. It's just so hard to know right now because the groups are all messed up because so many UEFA teams have bottled their first game. So now it's like the groups are wide open. Anything could happen. The guys we thought might get first might not, France looks clinically deadly. Do you think we can beat Belgium based on how they played? I think we can. I think we can beat Belgium, but we're going to have to figure out what do you do with Jeremy Doku, for example? How do you defend against him? It's going to be a very, very tough task, right? And whoever they put on the right, too, we have to think about that as well. There's a lot of good options on the right that Tim Ream trying to deal with is going to be quite shocking. But I think we're looking too far ahead, guys. I think we need to focus one game at a time. Let's focus on beating Australia. Focus on getting another 3 points. And by the way, I said this yesterday, if we beat Australia and Turkey fails to beat Paraguay, if they lose to Paraguay or they draw with Paraguay, then we will have topped the group with 1 game to spare. Because even if we lose that game to Turkey, we'll have 6 points. We'll have 6 points. And even if Paraguay or Australia also have 6 points, then it goes head to head instead of goal difference. We will have beaten both Australia and Paraguay. So I think that's it, right? Beat Australia, and then we'll do the live watch along for the other one. We'll do the live watch along for Paraguay and Turkey, and by the end of that game, we could have already have topped the group. And then I say we rest a lot of our key players against Turkey. Give Tim Ream a break, maybe even give Chris Richards a break, give Pulisic a break, Balogun a break, like maybe start Gio Reyna instead of Pulisic. Right? Start Mark McKenzie and Austin Trusty instead of Tim Ream and Chris Richards. Give Tim Weah a shot against at right wing back instead of Dest. Anywhere where we've got depth and quality, give them a break. I don't want to say this, but maybe give Tyler Adams a break and put Berhalter there. Sebastian Berhalter together with Malik Tillman, And then maybe you pull off McKennie and Tillman early, right? After 60 minutes, and you give, Brendan Aronson a shot, something like that. Maybe even give Joe Scally some minutes for Alex Freeman. Turkey versus Paraguay is going to be a bloodbath. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game to watch. Are y'all ready for Ream chasing Iran Kunda and Toure? Yeah, guys, make sure you check out the preview that I did for Australia. I might not continue this game if it continues to be this dull, guys. I may not. You absolutely rest Adams if the group is wrapped up after Friday. Yeah, we can't afford an Adams injury in the knockout stage. So I would probably rest Adams and let Berhalter start that game. That would be my anywhere where we have not quality, but where the drop off is not huge. Like definitely the guys you sit Pulisic and you bring on Gio Reyna for him, right? Maybe you sit Weston McKennie and you bring on Brendan Aronson. You sit Balogun and you let Pepe start. That's 3 right there. Then you sit Tyler Adams and you let Berhalter start, right? Sit Tim Ream for Austin Trusty. Sit Chris Richards for Mark McKenzie. You could argue sitting Alex Freeman for Joe Scally, but I don't know how many changes you want to make. And then potentially Tillman could still start, but at halftime you swap him in for McKennie, and then McKennie can sit there and play with him. I do think Roldan is going to start against Turkey, guys. If we are qualified before that Turkey game, I think Poch is going full substitutes. I'm not kidding. I think Poch is going to. Yeah, second half is starting now, guys. If we do not, if we are qualified, I think Poch goes Matt Turner, Miles Robinson, Mark McKenzie, Austin Trusty. I think in midfield, he goes Berhalter and Roldan. I think Gio Reyna and Brendan Aronson start in the attacking midfield spots. I think Tim Weah and Max Arfston play on as wingbacks. And then I think Ricardo Pepi starts up front, which is not a terrible team, except Roldan and Miles are the ones that make it quite worse. Brett, what current USMNT prospects not on this roster do you think have the best chance of being in the 2030 World Cup roster? So there are 5 that I would say have the best chance. Mathis Albert, or Matisse Albert, Kevin Sullivan, Xavier Gozo, Adri Memeti, Julian Hall. Those 5. They're the most sure. Then there are some maybes. Diego Cochin could be one of them. Andre Kirilla from Cincinnati could be another one. Ian James from Sporting KC. Peyton Miller from either Peyton Miller or Luca Bombino from San Diego and New England Revolution. And then in midfield, maybe Snyder Brunel. A couple of other options in that midfield double pivot to watch you'd look at are Brooklyn Rains, Pedro Soma, and Matthew Corcoran. Gaga Slonina, I don't know, man. Like, go somewhere and he has to, he needs to have a complete career refresh, Gaga Slonina. So, we'll see. Watch out for Pedro Guimarães. He is our future left back. Yeah, he's going to Germany as well. Him and Ramiz Hamuda, both going to the Bundesliga this summer from the Under-17 World Cup team. Both of them in USL, one in Orange County and one in Birmingham Legion. I think it's what they're called, Birmingham Legion. Yeah. So they're both going. Ramiz Hamuda is going to Bremen. And it'll be very interesting because if Bremen sell Karim Koulibaly, there could be a spot there for Ramiz Hamuda. And then Pedro Guimarães is going to, I believe it's Stuttgart, but I could be wrong. I have not seen Barjung Darboe play, so I have no idea what to make of him. I don't like to talk about players if I haven't seen them play. He's supposed to be an interesting prospect over at Bayern, but I haven't actually seen him play, so I can't really speak to him. Pete, hi Pete, thoughts on doing a Cambodia live stream for the ASEAN Championship this summer? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. All right, Senegal, long ball. France had it. This is still so boring, guys. This is still so boring. What a snooze fest, France and Senegal. And here we thought it was going to be a cracker of a game, but we were wrong. Long ball over the top. Senegal clears. Long ball. France have it. Boué. Stolen. Just very boring, guys. Very, very boring. Michael Elise. No, that's Jules Koundé. All the way back to the keeper. Yawn, snooze, yawn. Jasper says all the games that were supposed to be good have been awful. I know. It's been kind of a disaster, guys. What's making it boring, Pete? Haven't had the chance to put it on TV yet. It's just really slow tempo. Very safe passing, no dynamism, no real intensity to the game. Neither team is creating much. It's a snooze fest. France are getting a little bit better, but not much. So someone says, boring now, but once... Brian says, boring now, but once first goal... Oh, no, it's Joe. Once the first goal gets in, it will open up and be fun. I mean, I hope so. Is there going to be a goal? Like, I don't know. You know how it is, Pete. Sometimes all it takes is one goal to open up a game. No, I agree. But I just see no evidence that a goal is going to be scored. The passing is so safe. If anything, it'll come off a mistake or a set piece or a quick counterattack. But I really don't see anything. This World Cup is crazy. Now we got Cambodian haters. We don't actually have Cambodian haters. It's lore from the Paraguay post-game stream. Someone was saying that the Bangladeshis and the Cambodians are hating on us. I know what they were trying to say. They were trying to say that these bot accounts from different parts of the world are pretending to be Europeans shitting on the USA. But it came off kind of weird, and all of a sudden it was like the Cambodians hate us. And so now it's just become a big joke on the channel. It's lore. Senegal trying to create something here. Oh, nice work. Beating Oboe. Foul? No, ref says no. France in transition. This is where they're strong. They're 5v4. France in transition here. 5v4. Ah, tackled. Mbappe. Oh my God. Mbappe looks slow as fuck. Oh, now Senegal in transition. Go, 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 go. Oh, good tackle. That's a very good tackle by Saliba. All right, it's a little bit better the last few minutes. Nah. Dude, Mbappe's playing like shit. That was such an awful touch. Mbappe does not look like he's ready to be a star in this tournament at all. Sorry. He's supposed to be carrying France, and he looks like he's just jogging casually on the field and like he doesn't care. Come on, Senegal, score one on them. Cambodia to be invited to Gold Cup. Oh my God, there we get thrashed by everyone. Yeah, bring on Cherki. Cherki over Mbappe at this point. Oh, France stole the ball. Oh, Koundé rounds his shot. Saved. Okay, France have turned it up. Oh, no, it's Olise. Olise shot well saved by Mendy. Yeah, that was a good save by Mendy there. Deschamps. All right, corner for France. Michael Olise taking it. Honk shoe. Easily caught by Mendy. What does this mean? Lift for Ziz. 584. Should we invite Scotland and Japan to the Gold Cup? I mean, we should invite as many opponents as possible to increase the quality of it, for sure. Where is Dembele? He hasn't even touched the ball today. Yeah, I wonder if if Dembele and Mbappe are not getting along so well. Boring game. Oh, I get what he was saying. Honk shoe, like snoring. Yeah. Yeah, it's literally been that. It's literally been that. Such a dull game. And Mbappe is playing like shit. Decent strike from Olise. Good save by Mendy. Mbappe is such a diva. Bad apple in the dressing room. Yeah. Good. I'm never a big fan of Mbappe, to be honest. Always struck me as a bit of a wanker. Now watch. Mbappe is going to score a belter of a goal. Oh, come on. Even Senegal, when they get into the final third, can't do anything. Do you think the USMNT can win a World Cup in your lifetime, Pete? They can. They will be able to, but you need more. Depends, right? Depends on our player development. If we continue the direction we're going with player development for our next 5 to 10 years, I think we'll definitely be in a place where we have enough talent to win a World Cup. But having enough talent to win a World Cup is not the same thing as winning a World Cup. A lot of things need to come together to actually win a World Cup. I'll be happy if we get to a place where we consistently start making quarterfinals and semifinals. That's the first step. Forget winning a World Cup. We need to consistently start making quarterfinal, semifinal appearances in the World Cup, and then we can start thinking about a World Cup win. One step at a time. Here comes. Oh, just ahead of him, just ahead of Nicholas Jackson. Wasn't a bad pass by Niakite there. Olise on the ball now. Guys, if this game doesn't pick up in the next 5 minutes, I think I'm going to end the stream. I'm just not feeling it. Great question, Adam. Adam Garcia says, what has changed in player development that makes you think we can eventually win a World Cup? Oh, Senegal? Big transition for Senegal here. Oh, robbed. Olise, Mbappe, saved. Saved by Mendy. 2 good saves by Mendy. France have cranked it up a little bit there. France have definitely cranked it up a little. But I don't know. I feel like Mbappe could have easily chipped the keeper there. Yeah, the game's getting a little better. I might stick around if this tempo keeps up. Mbappe, tackle. Dude, Mbappe looks like shit. France can look like trash for 90 minutes and still win the game. Yeah, 100%. Oh, no, that was a tough shot. He was being tackled, but it's funny watching Mbappe miss. And PayPal. Dictator Mbappe is failing. Drink some tea and stream a better game. I think I'm not going to stream any other games today. I'll watch a few, but I'm not going to stream them. Like a virgin. All right. France still have the ball. They've definitely been better. This half has definitely been more France. Ooh, does France get a penalty here? Mbappe. Oh, I think he got the ball. No way that's a pen. He got the ball. I have to see the replay, but it looked like he got the ball cleanly. Let me see. Okay, he runs into the box. I think he got the ball. Let me see. Let me see the replay from this angle. Oh, no, he didn't get the ball. That should be a penalty. Yeah, he didn't touch the ball. That's a pen. Yeah, that's a penalty. I think VAR will definitely. No, they're not going to review it. I would review that. I don't think he touched the ball. Yeah, VAR check. That looks like a penalty to me. I'm 90% sure that Clattenburg says no pen. What was Clattenburg's reasoning? He didn't get the ball. Why did I saw the voice of Clattenburg, but I can't have the audio on because I'm on YouTube. What did Clattenburg say that's not a penalty? What was his reasoning? I want to hear it. Oh, because he didn't touch Mbappe and he dived? I think he did touch Mbappe. Maybe you're right, though. I thought I saw him clip Mbappe's, what's it called? His shin. If USA win all 3 games, does that mean it's their best World Cup performance of all time? No, because I think best World Cup performance means going as far as possible. Topping your group is nice, but it's not the best World Cup of all time. I think this is going to be a penalty, guys. Yes, he did touch him. Yeah, he clipped his barely touched him, but he did. Yeah. Yes, his calf. This is going to be a penalty, guys. He clipped him. And don't get me wrong, I don't want France to get a penalty, but by the rules of the game, that's a penalty. He did touch him. I'm pretty sure he touched his calf. That's what it looked like to me, at least. Yeah, let's see what the ref says here. Penalty. No pen? No, it is a pen. No penalty. Did he say why? I don't know. I feel like that should have been a penalty. That feels like... Oh, you know what happened? Mbappe dragged his foot to make sure there was contact. Oh, he definitely touched him. But did Mbappe drag his foot? It looks like the ref said what? Attacker initiated contact. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Mbappe dragged his foot a little bit. Attacker initiated contact. I agree. I agree with that. I think that's fair. There was contact, but the attacker initiated it, so therefore, Dictator Mbappe is most disappointed. All right, still 0-0 here. At least the game has come alive a little bit. Mbappe. Refs are not up for diving so far this World Cup. Good. Get that shit out of our game. I'm actually happy that the diving's being punished. I mean, he wasn't really punished, but at least he didn't get a penalty. But Almiron got punished for it in the Paraguay game. I like it. We really need less diving in the game. The flopping is what turns off a lot of people to the game. All right. That'll be still in for France, 63 minutes. Alireza Fagani from either Austria or Australia. Probably Australia. Whoa. Almost putting Mike Maignan in trouble there. Here comes Michael Olise. Ooh, nice turn. Nice turn by Olise there. Leading him through. What an incredible pass. Oh, Mbappe couldn't get onto it. Oh, Mbappe. That was an incredible pass. Whew. Bro, that's an amazing pass, and he couldn't get onto that. Just outside of his reach, but he also wasn't as quick to get there as he should have been. But that was a beautiful pass by Olise. Oh, Senegal. No pen. Corner for Senegal. Pete, fun fact, at the Ivory Coast Ecuador watch along, someone pay him with Cambodian money. So we do have Cambodian haters. I think you can probably choose on YouTube what currency you'd like to pay with. So they probably just changed it to Cambodian money. That's my guess. Wow, Olise, that was an incredible ball by Olise. First of all, the turn and the run, and then the ability to set him up. I wonder how many Barca fans are hate watching this, LOL. Yeah. But I guess they have Jules Koundé there. They have Jules Koundé. And Dembele. Oh, shot. Blocked. Why did he leave it? He should have flicked it on. Oh, Mbappe. Mbappe with the goal, 1-0. That's all it takes for him. He's been shit this whole game, but one good run and finish. But what happened here to Senegal? It felt like the second half, they just kind of stopped playing. Olise assist. Yeah, that was all Olise. I mean, it was a good finish by Mbappe, but the assist was much better. No, that was incredible by Olise, for sure. All right, we've got a game, guys. Look at this. Beautiful assist from Olise. The vision and the technique on that pass. My God. Oh, my God. No wonder Real Madrid are chasing this guy. Woo. That pass was a thing of beauty, man. A thing of beauty. Wow. A lot of credit to Olise for that. I mean, it was a decent little finish by Mbappe, the Ninja Turtle, but my God, Olise. WG. Come on, Senegal. Boo, France. I think it's over, guys. I don't know. France looks so much better this second half. So much better the second half. Oh, my God. Mbappe almost got on the end of another one. Come on, Senegal. Over the top. Senegal are in. Shoot! Oh, goal. Oh, he's off. He's off. Nicholas Jackson is offside. Pete, your mic sounds really good. Did you get a new one? No. You know what? I found out, because I've had a good mic this whole time. And I've had a good, but what I found out was the browser that I was using, the Google Chrome browser that I was using, was being slowed down because of all the passwords, the password manager, where it saves all of your password and all of the extensions I had. So I started opening my streams on a clean browser with no history, no nothing. And now it sounds so much better because the browser was being overloaded, and so it was fucking up the sound. It was never a problem with the mic. So ever since I've started using the clean browser that has like no history, no passwords, no extensions on it, it's working so much better. I use Google Chrome, but I use a different Google Chrome. You know, you can sign into Google Chrome and then your browser has like all your history, your passwords, your extensions, your bookmarks, all of that stuff. So I still use Google Chrome, but I open a new one and I don't sign into my Google account. And so I just go straight to StreamYard. So ever since I've been doing that, the sound has been so much better, which is nice because I was so frustrated. I did all the right things. I've got plugged into the internet. I have a good 1080p camera, a good mic, and it was the browser all along. All right, so we're at the second hydration break / commercial break. So Rutvig P, what changes in development of young talent? Did I not answer this? Makes you think we have the talent for the future World Cups. Well, look, if the rest, MLS, and I've talked about this before, MLS has been doing better this season with giving young teenagers opportunities. Not everyone, right? Not everyone. Primarily 3 or 4 clubs. But what RSL and San Diego and the New York Red Bulls, and to agree the Philadelphia Union are doing, is very encouraging. And a lot of other teams are giving chances to at least 1 or 2 prospects, like New England, Ethan Kohler and Peyton Miller, right? Orlando City giving it to Justin Ellis, for example. Seattle Sounders, developing Snyder Brunel, right? Nashville haven't developed them, but they've been giving opportunities to, say, a Matthew Corcoran, right? A lot of teams have at least 1 prospect. There are some exceptions, but then there are other teams, 3 or 4 teams that are developing multiple prospects, and they are developing better prospects than they have in the past. And so if that trajectory continues over the next 5 to 10 years, plus we still get some dual nats from Europe, I think we could be a force to be reckoned with. Y'all Americans are in for an education in football. Europe own this shit. Okay, first of all, this is a hilarious comment to me because Americans have been watching European football for the last 30 years, right? Since we got it on TV. Oh boy, it's raining. It's raining now in New Jersey. So hilarious, first of all. Second of all, Europe currently is really underperforming in this world. Look, we know Europeans are good at football. We know club-wise, Europe has the best football in the world. And that's why we want all of our guys to go there and play in those clubs and develop there. But you, sir, are uneducated if you think that there aren't a lot of very educated soccer fans, football as you call it, in this country that have been watching European football, English, Spanish, Champions League, Bundesliga, Serie A, Ligue 1, right? On top of watching, MLS or USL or whatever else they watch. So it's so funny when you're like, oh, Europe's about to show you what football is. Yeah, we know what football is, buddy. We've been watching it. The reason y'all have such incredible clubs with so much money to spend, by the way, is because you have global audiences. This is my favorite thing about Brits. Brits do this especially more than anyone. They'll go, oh, we can't sign anybody. We don't have the budget. Oh, fuck all, mate. They're not signing the players I want, mate. Oh, I'm going to be very cross when I have my beans and toast. But then when, the fans from Asia or the US or Africa or wherever come to the stadium and say, oh, too many tourists in the stadium, mate. Too many tourists coming here and they're not ultras like us. So it ruins the atmosphere in the stadium. Man, those fans have the same right to be in that stadium as you. They are fans across the world. And the fact that you guys have so much money is down to the TV rights that you sell all over the world. Those fans pay for your club to have the incredible budgets that you do. Okay? So the fans come from all over the world. This isn't 1972. It isn't you and Jimmy and a couple of mates down at the pub keeping the game alive. No. Look, you create a great atmosphere in your stadiums, and we love that. And we love your game, and we watch it religiously, and many of us are fans of Premier League clubs. But please don't pretend like now Europe's going to educate the Americans in what football is right after we get pissed drunk and start a fight in a foreign country. All right. Also, most of the English-speaking world does not call it football. Yes, that is true. Most of the world calls it football, to be fair. Japan calls it football. Some people say they call it soccer. In my experience, the Japanese call it football. But Australia doesn't call it soccer. And by the way, soccer, it doesn't matter. Soccer is an English word. We got it from the English. It comes from association football. Okay? So Brits, y'all need to chill. And also, Brits, you have never beat us in a World Cup. Ever. 70 do KLH. Thank you for the super chat. South Africa call it soccer also. Yeah, and Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and the United States. Ooh, another shot from France. Undefeated since 1776. The Japanese word for football is soccer. Yes, but when you talk to Japanese people, they call it football. They do. Pete pulling for England 100% tomorrow. I could care less about France. I want them to lose. Yeah, I want them to lose too. We don't think he's British. Could be French. I think he was a Brit. I think he was a Brit. You tell him, Pete. Ah, man, we got to keep it honest over here. We got to keep the Brits in their place. Also, most of them don't remember things because they're drunk so much of the time, so they have short-term memory loss. So they'll basically remember the last few hours when with the last time they got drunk. After that, they're like, "What? America? What's that?" I'll tell you what. I lived in the UK for 4 years, so I'm not speaking out of my ass here. The first time I got to the US to get my degree in coaching for performance in football from the UK, I got there. Nobody knew if I was good at football. I got there. No one knew me or anything. They just took one look at me and they were like, "Oh, bloody Yank." Didn't know me. Didn't know. Just knew I was American. And they were awful to me. "Oh, what are you going to do, mate? You're going to pick." I'd never even lived in the United States, first of all. I grew up in Thailand. "What are you going to do? You're going to pick it up and throw it down the field? Is it a pigskin, mate?" And they ran off. And I just took it. I was like, "Oh, no, probably just kick it around like most people, you know." And then where I really got their respect was when we played. I think it was on the fourth or the fifth day of class. And we had a pickup game out on the lawn afterwards in the university. And then I could play. And all I got was, "Not half bad, is he?" And that's the Brits' way of saying, "Oh, he's actually pretty good." Because they'll never be like, "Oh, brilliant, mate. The Americans smoked us. This yank." No. They'll be like, "Oh, not half bad." And then they were fine. And then after that, they were fine. Once you got their respect and showed that you could play, then they were fine. But, you know, it took a few days for them to be like, a yank. Here come France again. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Mbappe almost getting in behind there. Mbappe's really come to life second half. Now he commits a foul. I didn't live in London, no. Anglia Ruskin University in the UK. It's in Cambridge, not London. I did go to London a lot, but it was mostly in Cambridge. I wouldn't be able to take my kids to the stadium in Europe or South America due to drunk people and fighting. Only the US is kid friendly. I think that's probably true a lot of the time. I don't think that's always true. I'd say the Premier League mostly is pretty good about keeping that out of the game these days. The problem is in America, all we have is MLS. We have no really good atmospheres. Why did you grow up in Thailand? Because my parents were living there. My parents were living there. All right, free kick for France. Still 1-0. It's still been kind of a snooze fest, to be honest. I'm north of England. Come here next time. What part are you in, Alex? Which part of England are you in? Which north? Are you on the Middlesbrough, Newcastle, Sunderland side, or are you on the Manchester, Liverpool, Everton side? Oh, Thai food is incredible. You've got to try it. Long ball from France. I don't know, man. Senegal have posed 0 questions since that goal. Oh, it's Manchester? All right. I mean, I'd love to. I've visited England many times since I've got there. I don't think I've ever actually gone to Manchester. I'd love to though. I'd love to. Good people, Newcastle. I love the Geordies. The Geordies are always great. They're a good time. They're like Scots almost. Oh my god. Oh, Senegal. Senegal. So close. Jackson over the bar. Over the bar. Yorkshire. You get from Yorkshire. Oh yeah, he was onside. That's a tough one though. He's sandwiched by 2 players and he hit it before it bounced. Ooh, he just got under it. If he doesn't get under that, that's in. Yorkshire is amazing too. Yorkshire is where Leeds is, right? All right, guys, 10 minutes left here. 10 minutes left. Yeah, guys, definitely try peanut satay chicken. It's really good. Or as the Thais will say, satay. Dembele, stinker, and hooked. Yeah, Dembele was shit, man. Olise is the star of this game. Love from Cambodia. Yorkshire people are nice, but don't try talking about football. But that's what we have in common. That's my issue with the Brits. They hear your accent and they think, oh, he doesn't know what he's on about. Doesn't know what he's on about. And a lot of Leeds fans are this way too. So look, they're right. There are many Americans who don't know anything about football and they just don't watch it or care about it. But the ones who do have had to work very hard to learn about it, right? We've had to search it out. We've had to seek it out. We've had to watch it. A lot of us played it growing up, right? A lot of us have been supporting and watching and learning for 10, 20 years. So when we go somewhere else and someone hears our accent and goes, oh, you don't know anything about the game just because of your accent, it's a little bit offensive. I think I would say give us a shot, talk about football with us. And if you don't like our knowledge or our opinions, that's fine. But don't dismiss us just because of our accents. You don't, Pete. You have so many bad takes. Cry. Then don't be here. You shouldn't be here if I'm giving you so many bad takes. That's just bad. Going to London for the first time in September. Have a blast. Go to the pubs. For me, that was the best part of London. The pubs. And some of the history is cool too, but it's very touristy now. Go to the pubs. In fact, get out of London if you can. I found the most friendly, interesting people were outside of London in small towns. Go to the small town pubs. Oh my God. Oh, 2-0. 2-0. Oh my God. Barcola. 2-0 for France. Dang. Came back from a very poor first half. So much better in the second half. Barcola scored. Did you like the food over there? No. I'm sorry, Brits. Your food is not great. But because it's such a multicultural place, you can get very good like Indian food. You can get food. It's like the US in the sense where you can get food from many different places around the world that's very authentic. But the pub food itself, I tried the Sunday roast. And actually there were some things about the Sunday roast I liked, but the pig stomach nearly made me puke. I tried that pig stomach. It was all gelatin kind of textured. Ugh. That was gross. And, a good fish and chips is not bad. A good fish and chips is good, but if that's like your best food, I'm like, beans on toast is terrible. Bangers and mash is not bad. But again, if you're comparing like the Brits' best food, which is probably maybe bangers and mash and fish and chips compared to every other culture's and cuisine's best food, it doesn't really match up well. All right, 2-0 to France, guys. I don't see Senegal winning this game at all. Crispy aromatic duck. So good. English breakfast is good. Is it? Why do they have to put beans on everything? There's always beans on toast. I don't know. I don't like beans. So that's on me. I don't even like American chili for that reason. K Plum says desserts are amazing. Sticky toffee pudding, apple crumble, eaten mess. Toffee pudding was fine. Apple crumble was really good. Apple crumble was good. Mexicans eat beans for breakfast. Yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like beans. Like even when I get tacos and they try to put beans in it, I'm like, no beans, please. I don't even let them put beans in my nachos. Like if I'm getting nachos, no beans. Black beans are good for you, Pete. Maybe so, but they taste awful. At least to me. Texas chili, no beans. That I will try. Texas chili with no beans. What do you put on your hot dogs if you don't like chili? The hot dog stands on its own. You put a little mustard, some onions, maybe some pickles, and you've got yourself a great hot dog. Why do you need beans on it? Beans elevate everything. No, definitely not. About to eat pre-made tacos with refried beans as we speak. Apparently, I am alone on this bean. You know what it is? I think this is probably why I don't like beans. When I was a kid, my parents made us eat beans a lot. Oh, soft shot Mbappe. But the problem is they would be those hard black beans and they wouldn't boil them down so they were soft. So they were like crunchy and hard and they just didn't taste good. All right, 5 minutes left. I kind of just want this game to be over, guys. It's kind of a snooze fest. Your beans is my roast. Had poor roast too many times as a kid. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Beans are pretty meh. Yeah, I just don't like them. I don't think I'll ever like them. Beans and scrambled eggs are the two things that I just won't. I won't do. Parents were American, yes. Technically, well, my mom's American, my dad is Argentine, but my stepfather, the one who raised me since I was 1 year old, is also American. Oh, maybe give the beans a second shot. No, I've given them many shots since I got to the US. I've tried it many times and never have once have I been impressed by beans. Beans, good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. Yeah, that's the other thing about beans, man. The gas. I like eggs any which way. I love a good omelet, a fried egg. Those are my two favorite kinds of eggs. Scrambled and boiled, I don't care for. Scrambled eggs are so vanilla. How can you not like? I don't know. I don't like them mixed up like that. Give me a proper fried egg or an omelet. Thai omelets on rice with a little bit of chili fish sauce. Mwah. Pete, how do you think Mourinho will do at Madrid? I think he'll flop. I think Mourinho is so past it, and I don't know why they're going back to him. It's like, come on, guys. But I think they have bigger problems than Mourinho. They have a lot of superstars and no way to keep them all in line. But they've always had that. Zidane was the only one who could really keep them all in line. And I guess Ancelotti did too. But then Zidane and Ancelotti, you need a certain type of manager to manage these big stars. And I don't think Mourinho is that guy. I think he demands too much. He demands them to run, to press, to defend. Do you really think he's going to get them to do that? I'd be very surprised. He doesn't have the aura he used to have. Senegal really have done nothing, huh? They had a few chances in the first half, but other than that, damn, what a snooze fest. Maybe try Cambodian beans? Yeah, I don't think so. How did scrambled eggs catch a stray? I just don't like them. You're never going to get Mbappe and Vini Jr. to defend. I know. And so can Mourinho adapt? I don't think so. I'd be very surprised. Mourinho wants defensive, gritty teams that are tough to break down with a high level work rate. Is he really going to get that out of Mbappe and Vini Jr.? Maybe Jude Bellingham, but even Jude is kind of like, seems to have been infatuated with that Galactico culture where nobody has to work against the ball. All right, corner for Senegal here. Can they pull one back? Can they pull one back? Juf. Terrible corner. But they flick it back in. France clears. Loose ball. France in transition. Nah, Senegal said no. Steven Spada. Yakin cha. Also never had a hot dog. Yakin cha. As in you want to drink tea? Isn't it Doom cha? Steven, how do you speak Thai? Do you live in Thailand, Steven? That's crazy. All right, Senegal come down the right here. Senegal down the left. Sadio Mane's been anonymous today. Probably used Google Translate. Score the brats and marinate in beer, then grill. I love that this stream is so bad. We're all just talking about different cuisines and how to cook them. That's how you know a stream has gone off the rails. If the soccer is boring, we're all talking about food or movies or dating advice. That's what 11 Yanks becomes when there's a boring game. France, nah, bad giveaway there. Pete, do you like Cambodian food? I haven't had a ton of Cambodian food, to be honest. Haven't had a ton of it. Jalapeno poppers wrapped in bacon. Everyone in the chat is just giving their favorite foods. Everyone put your favorite food in the chat. We might as well. This France game is just blech. Jeffrey says hot wings, root veg, butter chicken, and butter naan. That shit is fire. A little gray poupon on a brat. Pho, white rice, crawfish étouffe. You must be from New Orleans or somewhere in the South. Donut burger, shrimp Alfredo, Penang curry, salmon risotto. Damn, you guys are making me hungry here. Kraft mac and cheese. How can Kraft mac and cheese be your favorite food? Salvadorian pupusa. That shit is good. Satya chicken is good. Chicken marsala with pasta. Yeah, you guys got it here in this chat. Pizza and grape soda. Chicken parm. Saltenas. Salmon risotto. Swedish meatballs with egg noodles and gravy. Oh my God, you guys are making me hungry here. Fajitas. Bro, Jacob, way too much information. We don't need to know that. Cheeseburger, fried chicken. This match is as dead as fried chicken. Lomo saltado. What's lomo saltado? Seafood grubs. Seafood gumbo goes hard. Yes, seafood gumbo is incredible. Paella is really good too. Maruchan ramen. Okay. Oh, bulgogi. We've got Bulgogi, that's some Korean shit. That's very good too. I walked into a Thai restaurant in elementary school, loved the food, and decided I wanted to learn. I minored in Eastern linguistics in college. Thai and Korean were the two I pursued. Been a while though. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And who says Americans don't speak other languages? Well done, Stephen. It's hard to learn a language like Thai when you're not immersed in it, right? I was lucky to be immersed in it a lot of the time, so it's easier to pick it up. But if you're studying it in college and you're not immersed in it, any kind of progress is great. Fried chitlins and grits. Damn. Chitlins. A lot of people saying chitlins. Rutvig says, I speak 3 languages. Rutvig, I'm guessing you are Indian. What part of India are you from, Rutvig? K Plum says, I speak 2. Are those 2 English and British? Oh, Senegal here? Senegal? Oh, my God. Oh, Galazzo off the bench. No. Oh, my God. Mbappe with a beautiful goal. Unfortunately, it's too late. It's too late. I mean, they have 4 minutes left. English and German. Gotcha, K Plum. Yes, Pete lived in Pune but born in Houston. Gotcha. I don't think I've ever been to Pune. I've been to Mumbai, I've been to Ahmedabad, but I've never been to Pune. Oh my God, terrible keeping by Maignan. What was he doing? The hell was that? That was near post. Maignan, that was awful keeping. It was right at him and he almost got out of the way. That's wild. Yeah, she should be benched for that. All right, Olise. Ref says play on. Mbappe shoots. Oh my God, 3-1. Mbappe from distance. Oh my God. What a strike from Mbappe. Oof. All right, Ninja Turtle Boy, man of the match for sure. 2 great goals. Pete, when will you come visit Utah? I don't know. Whenever I can. I'd love to come to Utah. I hear it's a beautiful state. I've driven through Utah, but I've never actually stayed there. Dang. All right, 3-1. That's quite a goal from Mbappe, I have to say, from that distance. But why did they back off of him? What a golazzo. Curled that one over the keeper. I feel like Mendy could have gotten that. Damn. Still a good goal. Yeah, I don't think Mendy was expecting that. Dictator Mbappe has grown tired of discussing global cuisine. Also, nobody said French snail, so he got pissed off. Scored another one. All right, 3-1. France so far looking like one of the favorites, as they are predicted to be. We'll see. Allez les bleus, says Jasper Redican. France should move to AFCON. Escargot, exactly. Never seen 2 worse goalkeeping attempted saves in such a short time frame. Damn. All right, any minute now, the game should be over. Thanks for hanging, guys. Let's see if Senegal can pull a last-minute goal. I doubt it. Oh, my God. Mbappe. Oh, get up. You're fine. He's fine. Play on. Thank you. Play on. Get up. Nicholas Jackson out jumped. All France have to do is clear their lines. Nope, they're going to play through. Mbappe's still injured, quote unquote. No, that was a better goal than Gio's goal. Gio, they didn't really pressure him at all. And he was much closer. He was actually inside the box. Mbappe was a good 10 yards outside the box. That was probably 25 yards at least. Gio was inside the box, just inside, but still inside nonetheless. Can't wait for Tim Ream versus Mbappe. Oh my God. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here, but make sure you go watch the preview, the Australia preview that I put out. Go watch it through. A lot of good info in there. Check out the Patreon. Thanks to FanDuel for sponsoring this channel, and we keep going. We'll see you guys tomorrow for England, Croatia.